Do you feel anxious before you appear for any of the timed quizzes or timed mock tests or actual GMAT? Because this is one of the problem that most of the students face, when we go for this anything timed under pressure. For example, today morning I was talking to one of the students and he took a sectional mock test of quant, and he said in the initial 10-15 minutes while giving that mock test he was feeling a bit anxious, and he has to put a lot of more effort, because when he was doing first or second question, they were pretty simple questions and he got them right also, but he said that he took more time than required. Because of that anxiety, he was not able to focus. So this is something I normally, refer to or recommend to my students. See, when we are just going for any of the mock tests, for example, for quant, before actually getting into the mock test, I suggested him that a day before what he do, just on a piece of paper, write down some simple but a bit challenging maths questions. For example, I asked them just write down 5-6 questions in which take some numbers where you have to multiply it, two numbers, you have to divide two numbers, maybe you have to find percentage. So I said just take very simple questions, just 5 or 6, which he can solve in maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And these questions should be a bit challenging, but they should not be hard. So you should not get them wrong, but they should be a bit challenging. Okay. So what happens when we are, we have a mock test, let's say planned at 10 o'clock. So at 9:30 or probably around 9:40, just 10 minutes before, 15-20 minutes before that mock test, sit and solve those questions that you have written down day before. So because when you start solving questions which are easier but a bit challenging is important, because mind needs to get engaged. So when you solve those 5-6 simple questions, automatically your mind starts focusing towards the questions, and once your mind start focusing, it gets involved with those things, and once the mind is involved, you cannot have anxiety. So you should try this out. Let's say you're giving a verbal test, probably just before you actually go for that, take up some basic questions of sentence correction. Don't take hard, because if you get them wrong, okay, it will affect you badly, because you're going for a mock test where there will always be already you're being challenged. So don't try something hard, a bit challenging. Okay, or you can take a critical reasoning question. Okay, don't take RC at this time, because that takes a lot of time. So at this time, the purpose is just deviate your focus towards the thing that you're about to do. So you can, this could be more like a warm up for you. Like athletes have a warm up before they actually go for this running. Similarly, before you actually go for this test, have a warm up. So with that warm up will get your mind focused, and your feelings would be start towards, and just involve yourself. Okay, and then when you sit for the actual mock test, in the initial questions you're already into that zone. You don't have to you're not into that panic state anymore. So right from question number 1, you can focus. Try this out and see if it helps you to reduce your anxiety when you give your timed mocks or actual GMAT. Thank you.